Tony is pissed. I am fucking fuming right now. Okay, so last night, my mom was just like, oh yeah, you're going to church tomorrow. I have not been to church, I don't think, since like fucking Christmas. Because I don't like church. I'm like, not like. There's one priest at this entire parish that I can actually respect because he never like puts people down. He never says, "Oh, these people are going to hell." He doesn't do that. All the other priests are like, "Oh, well, if you don't like, it's all like, oh, do this or you're going to hell." The other guy, he doesn't do that, and just he's from Africa. He's one of the priests that came from Africa because nobody in the United States wants to be a priest. Because and there's apparently not enough priests. So they brought priests from Africa. And apparently now he's not coming back for Lent. And my family will probably make me fucking go again for Lent. Which, I have to sit through that fucking 3-hour mass that they always have for Easter. Which is just bullshit. But it was like this parents as catechists meeting, like, reception or something afterwards, and it was basically like my parents were going because there was free food, which I didn't eat because I refused to eat it because I'm a bitch and I didn't want to eat food from the church. And I know that sounds like absolutely horrible and that makes me just sound like completely prejudiced, but I'm not gonna support and I'm not gonna like take food for, like, if I was starving, yes, I would have taken food. I'm not going to reject food if I'm starving. But I wasn't. I have nice food that I bought the other day that I'm going to eat for lunch now. Leftovers, yummy. And I'm not gonna take food from people who put down me, who put down my friends, who do not support us, and who support beliefs that I don't share. I'm not gonna do that. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else, but it makes sense to me, and I'm not gonna do that. And so I'm at church and I'm sitting there like fucking I'm being really disrespectful, like, because I'm sitting there playing solitaire on my iPod because I don't want to pay attention to this. I don't want to listen to this guy talk and drone on and fucking pray, which I don't do. Like, sorry if I'm offending people, but the purpose of this blog is not to fucking please you. It's for me to vent my feelings. And I don't pray, and so I'm sitting there, like, fucking playing solitaire on my iPod, and then it's over, and I'm like, okay, Mom, where's the car? And she's like, oh, we're not going to the car. I'm like, well, then how the fuck are we gonna get home? And she's like, we're not going home first. We're going to this reception that they're having. They're having a fucking reception afterwards, and I'm just sitting there in a corner. My parents like, go sit at the table with us, and I'm like, I don't want to. Like, because they're sitting there fucking talking about, like, teaching. Because this parents as catechists thing is, like, the CCD, the religious education or something, and they're sitting there talking about it, and I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I knew if I went over there and sat down, they were gonna ask me about how CCD was when I took it, because I don't take it anymore, because I got confirmed. I am a legitimate Catholic now. Like, cause I fucking hated that shit. And it was dumb, and we just learned the same thing for, like, 11 fucking years. Not really 11 years, more like 9 years, but still, once a week, every week, for like all of the school year, we had to go to the fucking church, and they taught us about Jesus, and what Jesus does, and why Jesus is amazing, and why God loves us, and blah, 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 Catholics, blah, blah, Jesus, Catholic, blah. I didn't want to fucking hear it. So I went down, I sat in a corner, like a little emo kid, sat in a corner, I listened to my iPod, and I texted my friends in a church, and I listened to songs about sex and drugs because I'm a rebel. No, I listen to those songs because I like those songs. They're nice songs, and I like them, and I like to listen to them, so that's what I was doing. And then I leave, and then my mom's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do stuff today. What do you guys want to do? And I'm like, I'm gonna do homework. Because, like, she apparently expected me to just be doing my homework all fucking week. Like, every day. Like, no, Mom. She's like, I don't understand why you people always leave it to the Sunday before. Because that's what teenagers fucking do. That's what all students do. Unless you're a big, gigantic fucking nerd or you're going on vacation, you leave it until the night before. Like, I honestly don't know people who don't do that. I know, like, maybe 2 or 3 people who actually get it done, like, the first two or 3 days. And I especially am not one of the people that does it ahead of time. So, she was like, she started going off, and I just, like, put in my headphones, and I was sitting there and listening to Destroya and Adam Lambert and Gerard Way moaning. That was the only nice part of my day so far. So, there was that. And then my mom's like, oh, did you finish the video? Did you text your friends about the video? So I'm about to, and then I get a text from my friend. And by the way, like, the video's due on Monday. You guys know what I'm talking about, because I've vlogged about this before, because this is just fucking bullshit. The Creative Expressions Project. Now, I told them this fucking 2 weeks ago. When we got this project, I told them, if it's due before break, I cannot do Saturday, and I cannot do this Sunday. I just can't do those, because those are... Saturday, I was busy all day. I vlogged about that before. Yesterday, I was fucking MIA. And today, I'm not... So she fucking texts me, and she's like, oh, when are you free today? I'm like, I'm not. And she's like, do you wanna email Mr. Labo and, like, to ask him for an extension? I'm like, I'm gonna punch you in that fucking face, you bitch. This is the chick that fucking texts us while we're in the fucking diner that she can't get there. Really. Because it's fucking raining. So I'm like, okay, my parents said I can have 1 hour, and that's it. Like, she knew it was due on Monday, and I told her I wasn't going to be there yesterday. So I do not have a big role. I have one line. I have to say I'm sorry, and I have to read a newspaper. I have to read a newspaper, sit there, look at a couple, read a newspaper. Sit there, watch them a little bit more, read a newspaper. See the chick's obituary, go over to the kid, hand him the paper, say I'm sorry, and walk away. That's fucking it, and she couldn't do that. We didn't tell him that I was going to be the one doing it. She's not even in the fucking movie, so we're gonna get points off for that. So, and I'm already in the movie. I was sitting in the back just fucking texting or listening to music and bullshit. So, like, oh, just... She couldn't... Like, she fucking knew it was due on Monday. So why didn't she fucking stand... Like, if someone in Hollywood cannot make a bunch of the filming, they get someone else. They fucking did it for the Twilight movies. They had Victoria, and then she couldn't go to, like, 3 days of filming, so they cut her, and they got someone else. Now, granted, I thought that was a little obscene, because she only missed 3 days of filming, and, like, I know she was a big character in one of the other ones, but I thought that was kind of bitchy. Like, whatever. We're not here to talk about Twilight. Just... Just what the fuck is this shit? This is why I don't work with people. This is why I don't like people. And people wonder why I don't like people. Because people are incompetent and people are dumbasses. And people need to fucking understand that other people have things going on.